Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for Throwback Thursday and Super Dimension Fortress Makurosu, Episode 6, right? Am I correct? I'm correct, right? 6? Yes, Episode 6. Last time on Macross, our characters, having been trapped on the equivalent of a desert island for 12 days, almost 2 weeks, with only each other for company, begin to have some slightly suicidal thoughts on the side of Lin Min-mei, and to wish to check things off of her bucket list before she actually dies, namely, become bride. And she chooses the one dude within any distance of her, and asks if he'll fake marry her. And it's lovely. Until their beautiful tryst out in the wild unknown is interrupted rudely by society still existing, and you're not actually dead, and hey, actually your whole town is here. Which is super fun and weird. We've had this sort of a strange fantasy life where we've been sucked out of reality and popped into an unknown location and get to live. It's awful, and yeah, you're on the edge of survival with the cutest girl in town, by far, and sort of like hang out and live an idyllic life and move toward romance in a weird sense. Most romances don't start with the couple living together before they've dated or courted at all. And this one does. So that's weird. And now we have to move backward a little bit. And Lin Min-mei is really good at that. Like, finds it easy. No problem. Oh, look, a society. Let me go reintegrate. Oh, look, things to do. Let me go open the restaurant and put on my outfits and get things going and talk to all these people and do all these things, and everything's great, and I'm interacting with all the soldiers and flirting back and forth and getting flustered and all these things. And Hikaru Ichijo doesn't adapt so well. He's sort of stuck in this one-track mind, and he's like, hey, wait, weren't we gonna get married? And now you're just off doing whatever. So he learns that there was an upside to being trapped with the pretty girl for 12 days. And that was, the pretty girl has nothing and nobody to focus on except you. And now that's not the case anymore. She's got like a whole life to lead. And you're not that interesting. You're not that special, bro. You were really special when you were the only other human being that she knew was around at all. And also mildly useful for getting tuna and draining gas from your vehicle, and being around, and being capable, and not being a machine. All these things are good. Now there are other people, and her whole family, and a city, and much bigger concerns. And while life was on pause for that period of time, life is no longer on pause. And so you gotta start moving, man. And Hikaru Ichijo has decided to move in an interesting direction after talking with Lin Min-mei and saving her, again, from a huge transformation, which we'll talk about in a second. He thinks, gosh, I guess I'm just like any of those other soldiers in her restaurant. Because she, quite rightly, says, why the heck aren't you doing anything? Get your shit together. And he realizes, oh, I'm not that special. I'm actually just a dude, and maybe I need to make a name for myself, or at least prove that I'm useful if I want to be looked at by the pretty girl. And so that's what he's going to try to do, and I think that's going to lead us into the portion of the show where our character becomes a fighter pilot, kind of against his will, but willingly. He said at the end of the last episode, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go and do it, Lin Min-mei. I'm gonna go become a soldier. And she's like, all right, man. Cool, and doesn't really understand the implication there. I think I understand the implication there. The implication is like, I'll be worthy of you in a lot of ways. But it's more than that. We're not like in a peaceful country on the planet in a post-war era where the unification wars have already happened and war is no longer like a thing we have to deal with. We're sucked out of that world into one where we're under attack relatively consistently, at least for now, by big people who we really need a name for. I really need a name for them. I can't just call them giant assholes. Actually, I could just call them giant assholes. I'm not going to, though. Biggins, Macross, I don't know what they're called, and I need a name for them because calling them the bad guys just doesn't work. They've done some mild scouting missions, and that was enough to get us really going. As they brought in more ships, we had to make some dramatic changes and henshin the entire giant robot, despite the impact that that would have on the newly rebuilding city. And thus, we enter into something else that I have to point out and think is really cool and hope continues. Trade-offs. I want there to be trade-offs. I want the decisions that our characters make to matter. It's the same circumstance that you get in gaming. You want the decisions that you make to matter, to really have an impact. Captain Global has to fight the enemy. Okay, he just does the thing and shoots the enemy and it's over. We did it. There's no trade-off there. There's no threat there. There's no fear there. There's no tension there. But if he has to endanger the lives of the entire civilian population on his ship in order to shoot the enemy, and he doesn't shoot the enemy, they all die. But if he does shoot the enemy, some of them definitely get crushed by the changing building infrastructure inside this ship that's not meant to have a city inside of it. That's tension. That's stakes. That's a decision with weight and merit. And it forces our characters to rise to the challenge and to act in interesting ways. Will we be able to carry that over from the captain's position, where the buck stops with Captain Global, to the pilot's chair, to the interpersonal interactions that we have within the show? I don't know, but I hope so. I hope so. I hope that kind of idea where there are trade-offs to all of your decisions, and you have to make the choices that benefit the most people as well as you can in the circumstance. And that's the thing that alters or that determines the morality of our characters, right? We could introduce a second character, a different soldier guy who makes different kinds of choices, puts other people's lives at risk flippantly, and that would immediately read to us as something like a villain, and we'd have the ability to like do a foil interplay with that kind of a character. I just hope that that's sort of an angle where there's a real struggle here, and it feels like a real struggle because we can't just wave our hand and succeed. We have to sacrifice things in order to accomplish our tasks. That would be really good. That would be really good. Whether what we have to sacrifice is lives on board, or stability, or power, or principles. Principles like war bad, me not want shoot people. That's a principle that we might have to see sacrificed by Hikaru now. He's already sort of done so, but not consciously, right? He was just sort of in the robot and had to shoot and did the shooting and then was shocked by it afterward. But we might get the more conscious sequence as he becomes a pilot and a fighter and a soldier. I get the more conscious sequence of, okay, there are people in those robots and I am going to shoot them because I don't know yet. Because I have no choice, because it's the right thing to do, because they'll kill me if I don't, because I have people that I must protect. Whatever answers he comes to, I want to see him come to those answers. Okay, I think that's my whole spiel on Macross. We're evolving in interesting directions with the show. People are all over the place in terms of the responses that I've been getting about it. Some people saying, this is the expectation, it's going to be slow-paced. Some people really not liking it. Some people really enjoying all the elements. I don't know. It's not moving super fast, but certainly a lot of interesting stuff is going on, and there's so much promise here. There continues to be so much promise here. And I'm a little bit scared that I'm going to get pulled in by the promise as opposed to the actual fulfillment of promise, right? Like, ooh, it's such a promising show that never delivers would be really rough. But I think it is going to deliver, and so the promise is good stuff, and I'm happy with it. All right, that's my spiel. Let's get into it. Ready to go for episode 6? There will be early access on the Patreon. Check it out. It's linked in the description. 2 versions, picture-in-picture, in the description. Timer on YouTube, BB timer counts down. Let's go for Macross episode 6. Where's my agua? Oh, I should have refilled this before I started. I hope I have enough time. Or I hope I have enough. Just realized that's very annoying. Okay. Man, I could just watch that one cut over and over for 20 minutes. I really could. I think I really could. Just run, run, dive, tumble, explosion overhead, whip around the corner, blah, 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 blah. Whoa, it's pretty cool. That's Itana, right? Who else? Hmm. 2 months? So did we just skip a month and a half? I think we did. Zentradi! That's bad. That's not good. I'm not going to remember that at all. Ah. Nice. Daedalus attack. Oh, he's a soldier now. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? What is the gravity level that he just did a triple front flip and dropped like 100 feet and was fine? Okay, we just skip it. Okay, yeah. Hey, and he's already, we don't even have to deal with it. He's just there. Wow. All the stuff that I looked forward to seeing, we've skipped. Welcome to women's clothing stores. There are perks. There are perks. It's worth it, man. It's fine. No shit. Oh, hi. They're the bridge crew. Oh. Otoko! Oh. Oh. No, you make him leave. I think I shouldn't be here. I think this is awkward as shit. Why? Why is he carrying all this crap? What is that? Is this this is something about the fold? Ooh. Could it fold back into? Can we get it back? Yo, what's it doing? I'm sorry. Okay, so the way that I read that whole shot is Global just being like, okay, this is super fucked up. I don't know what to do about it. Is it causing any problems? Or no? Leave it. Leave it. Space pickles. Wait. I just don't know why you would want to. It seems so stupid. Why would you want it to be humanoid? It's just calling out all mecha. Oh my god. They'll never. They'd never. It's too stupid. Yeah, it's so inefficient to have a humanoid design. There's really no reason you would ever do that. Why would anyone even design such a thing in imagination for the purposes of a story? Stupid. I'm a soldier. Sweet. Oh, shit! Aw, not even... No rest for the wicked, huh? What? Can I have a snack? If he leaves and Roy Fokker sits down, I'm gonna die. Oh, he did get one bite. Okay, good. Just rip him out of that situation, shove him into another situation. Speaking of which, oh, oh no! At least we've got a cool nickname. Uso. Oh. Oh, VT. Yeah. Ah. Brutal. Damn, he's already got 2 strikes. He's already got 2 strikes. Hey. What? 3 strikes. Do you? I was on a date. Hey. Mean. Wow. That was such an interesting accidental pervert circumstance. It's so interesting because I'm watching Mushoku Tensei right now, and that was so much more believable than panties fall out of the sky. Hmm. I actually really like that whole sequence. The opposite of the plan that they expected. Let's go global, outthinking the Zebrons. I forget. Gotta fight. Cool. So a little blast and bounce, huh? Mm. I said that I really wanted that guy to continue, and I did, and I do, and I'm glad. What is our tone? What is tone? Oh, hello. He's so out of place. It's perfect. We got all these gruffer soldier man, and then boy. Perfect. At a shadow crossroads of your own. I love you, and I'm gonna go die. I want to be married before I become a soldier. Yeah. I'm sorry, have you seen those battles? It doesn't matter if you're good. I'm just scared that I'm gonna die without having kissed you. You know, romance. What? Yes, it's very pretty. Oh, that was lovely. All little hair wibblies do the wibbly. Oh, that's bullshit. What? 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 No. No. Oh, no. Ah. Sorry, I'm just gonna flip out for a second here. That means that it's always listening. That's it? Bye. Maybe you should have said that. Gotta express your feelings before you're dead. We shift around to deflect. That's gonna take a lot of effort. But yeah, great. No, sounds good. Isn't that a thing in Code Geass? It is. The super shield of the thing that only the genius, mega genius can control? It is a thing. Yeah. Huh. 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 Code Geass is Macross. Cool little bunk room. Yeah. Alright. Thanks, man. Reminds me of a little bit of Area 88 as we move in toward the first battle combat situation. The thing is, the battles that we've seen so far have been absolute chaos. And I don't know if that's because of our perspective as Hikaru or... already framed. Can I sleep in your bed? But it's legitimate turmoil. I'm giggling, but I'm giggling because we're so all over the place in terms of tone. Sweet. Right near Cassini, huh? Sweet. No. It might. Literally might. He's really watching him, though. He's gonna be watching him the whole battle, too. I don't think he's gonna let him get into an actually dangerous circumstance. I could be surprised. Alright, that's a cool sequence. Reusables, I'm sure. They're too good not to be. Obasan! Darn, I should watch the guest lecture on the F-15 controls, because I'll bet that they're similar. I watched a bunch of lectures on aviation controls, but they were all based on like prop planes and Cessnas. No jets. Sweet. Just hanging, just chilling. Whee! Everybody's trying to stay in the ice field. Not what you were used to. Different kind of danger. Oh my goodness. Bad first day on the job, huh? It's gonna get fucking dark. Ooh. Wow. Haha. Fuck, man. This is very cool. You're a soldier! It definitely bothers you. Man, really taking a cue from Fokker in terms of the way he's treating her. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're hiding in the ice. Space Pickles? Space Pickles! They'll never see it coming. Ah, I'm butt-chin Space Pickle. Wow, just out of the nowhere. That's crazy. Okay. Let's see your terror of Space Pickles. Lots of those little things. And here we go, a pure chaos battle hell. So that's the trick. Zip, boom. Huh? Huh? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, that's bad. So we're just stuck. Oh, this is the barrier team. Go, pinpoint barrier. Oh, man, I don't know. Oh, man, I don't know about this. It's pretty neat, but seems like a really bad idea. Guys? Yes. Well, who does he look like? He looks like somebody. We're just losing Valkyrie teams. It's all up to Skull Squadron. Yeah, not gonna let him get into a dangerous circumstance. Hey. Maybe there's something wrong. Oh my god. I don't know what the Daedalus is. Is it the main gun? I don't even know what that is. Is that those explosions? Are we just gonna ram them? With a big explosive... Whoa! What was that? Whoa, 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 Itano, no! Right? Like, there's no way that that's somebody else. That might be. What's up? Face to face, gotta make the choice, right? Oh my god. He looks exactly like somebody. Okay, we've pinpointed everything. The Daedalus is the arm? What are you gonna do, Hayase? That's the name you said? She's gonna punch it. That's so fucking cool. That's so fucking cool! Hi! Oh, that's so fucking cool! He didn't have to make the choice, I guess. Excuse me? Excuse me, bye. Wow! Oh, I didn't think it was gonna be that cool. I was pretty iffy on this whole idea. Don't call her an Obasan. Do not. I'm into it. Hey! We almost all died! Holy shit! They have no grasp of battle tactics at all! That's great. Okay, so they took them all down. Wow, the show is really good at just waving stuff past. Yeah, those are fucking people, man. So we keep that question going, and good thing. Am I in recap moment? No, not even. That's a reasonable thing to feel. Okay, I like the little narrative recap thing that adds some context that you can't get from characters speaking about themselves because they're not self-aware enough. That's kind of what I see that as. Like, Hikaru wouldn't be able to say this, but he is feeling it, that discomfort. Ooh, I like that. I like that idea of, it's not the same as become a monster to stop monsters, but it is that you lose something every time you pull the trigger. You lose something every time you choose to kill. And now, face to face with a person, you realize, again, that that's what you're doing, is killing that person. He doesn't have to make the choice in this moment because it's made for him by the explosion, but when he comes up against it, the next time, he's going to have to be ready. Because the other guy's going to shoot him next time. Or maybe Minmay will be in danger, or somebody else, right? Ooh. Ooh, that does add some spice to it. That does add some spice to it. I want to go back to minute 20. I want to go back to minute 20. Because there's this just like one sequence that happens that's suddenly amazing. There are a couple of cool sequences, and the whole dataless attack thing is pretty awesome. And the opening the door and all the, it's all there. It's got all the timing of the joke aspect of it down really, really correct. And then it follows up with really cool visuals of the explosions and the actual destructive force. I think that's really cool. But here, send them across straight forward. And as this happens, we pull out and there's this chaos. We travel in between spiral of missiles backward toward us, just chaos. And he's going to come and U-turn, right? Yeah, okay, no, it's not a U-turn. It just feels like it because we actually cut there. Bam, we're cut. It just feels like they're the same explosion, but they're not. We're off to the other side, rotating around, spinning. Really, instantly the most dynamic angle on a person in the player. Because we choose the angle where we're locked into the controls where he's holding on to, so it's everything is shooting back past him. And then tumbling in. Okay. The spatial feel of the ground that is this ship rushing toward, and its angle is shifting all throughout. What the fuck? And then we match cut to be reversed going the other direction. So we did it the first time, and it's weird. We're going this way, the explosion happens, and then we're going this way, right? And it's actually a cut, but it doesn't feel like it. And then here, boom, boom. Oh! and then skate, tumble, henshin, tumble, catch, and then it becomes slightly awkward in the very last frame. I guess that's just as the jets kick in. That's fucking spectacular. That's Itano, right? It has to be. That kind of solid body physics is crazy. And then the see, normally I'd choose missile stuff to point at and be like, missile stuff, Itano, but quality of solid body physics and things moving in relation to each other. That spinning shot as the ship is spinning down and the big, like, the wall of the ship is moving. Wow, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna check it on Sakagaburu. I have to know. And if it's not Itano, then I have to know who's doing it, because... Oh, yeah, there we go. Here. This is a tiny version, but that's okay for now. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So this whole sequence up through here and a bunch of the fighting is listed as Itano. It's presumed, so it's unclear. This is many years ago. Yeah, I believe it. But this sequence right here, spiral, flip through, flip back, and then tumbles in, spins around. This one, and then super dynamic, boom, and then match cut. That part is so obviously him. It's so amazing to me because I think on just your little fingies, on just your 10, you could probably count the number of human beings who, if you give them pencil and paper and don't give them a computer, could draw something like that. And draw something like catch a physiological momentum and like a human skating on water while being distinctly a giant robot flying through space, transformed out of a plane, hurtling toward another giant ship. The number of people who could make stuff look like that, you can count them on your fingies. Itano's one, Anno's another. Who else? If you allow for stylistic differences, you can bring in a couple of others. There are a couple of web-gen modern animators who could do it. There are a couple of old-school animators who could really do it. But man, there are so few. There are so few. Oh, goodness, that's so cool. That's so cool. And then just, while we're here, and I've got it tiny, this one is also Itano. This is the whole punch sequence. It's spectacular. Metal folding. The burbling explosions that happen a little bit later. Ripping through rooms and war rooms and council spaces and... Oh, we cut out the portion before explosions really begin. Yeah, the missiles going past the explosions that they're causing, and more missiles are going further as they explode. That's freaking nuts. It's freaking nuts. Okay. Wow. This episode manages to nail and knock out of the park the fight stuff, battle things. I think it also does a really good job throughout showing all of the Veritech fighters flying around, all of the training montages and sequences and stuff. It's all pretty good. Okay, let's talk in a more general sense. I'm really intrigued by our ability and willingness to skip time, right? Because, I kind of felt like we were going to come immediately off of the previous episode straight into the next episode, and thematically we do, but instead of spending our episode getting trained, we finish training. We're just done. Instead of spending our episode, like, integrating with the military and meeting all of them, it's just done. And then the important parts, the meetings with Hayase, the intrigue with Fokker, that stuff gets to happen. But we're super duper willing to time skip big chunks without a problem and watch our characters change. And it's pretty interesting. I think it's pretty interesting. Zentradi! That's a shitty name. I don't like it. Great deal of casualties. Welcome to military school. I don't know how this jump works. It doesn't seem right. Some of these sequences look really, really, really good. Some of them look just okay. Some of them look really good. And you're on leave and you're on a date. Nice. So he's got a big bag of things that will be very awkward if they fall out. And he is brought into a lingerie shop where the lady there laughs at him. And then he runs into, unbeknownst to him, his future superiors, who he meets in a circumstance where he's staring up at them, and they immediately believe that he is absolutely an obvious pervert, which is only reinforced as he continues to stick around, feel incredibly awkward, and pick things up. This is brutal. This is really scary. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's so funny that we were talking about this just yesterday, because there's this accidental pervert scene that happens, and it's accidental pervert unintentionally, not by the intent of the main character. That happened just yesterday in Mushoku Tensei, where we get a bunch of characters ganging up on him, and the circumstance is so totally different, and the time frame is so totally different. It's so not modern, this version. So not modern. Like, haha, pervert, not like, your life is ruined. That's the Mushoku Tensei angle, is like, your life is ruined, bud. You're about to get killed. You're about to get destroyed. And that's scary too, but this is scary enough. It's just deeply embarrassing. It's a really, really simple. It doesn't feel super contrived. It's not put here to service us, which is really interesting. Can we take a second here? We, with a male character, go into a lingerie shop as part of official out-of-water experience and run into multiple attractive female characters, including the one that he's actively and consciously interested in. And at no point during any of this do we utilize this circumstance for even implied fan service. That's pretty interesting. It's very not anime of it. It's much more real world of it. Very not anime. Very anime janai. This isn't surprising or shocking, but can you imagine a modern show doing that? I struggle to. I really struggle to. Without even the implication of it. That would be a rare thing indeed. Interesting. Man, what a cool thing to have in that is going to color our interactions with Lieutenant Hayase from here on out. Super interesting. Okay, weird energy fold system. Guess we could turn it into a barrier. Oh, okay. My favorite line in the entire episode, and maybe my favorite thing in all of Macross so far. So, can you explain this? Yeah, no. It seems really stupid. There's no reason to turn into a big robot. It's just dumb. It would be bad for the ship in every way. So they'll be really slow. So they shouldn't do it at all. So let's go kill them. Just a perfect indictment of every super robot show. Because it's the correct answer. Why would you ever need a humanoid robot? They're not aerodynamic. They're not efficient. They're highly complicated. And what you get from it is intricacy and ability to do, like, small-scale manipulation and stuff. That's why we're humanoid. Mostly. And being bipedal, which helps you walk, not fly. And a couple of other things. None of which are very useful at scale. Either like Gundam or Veritech Fighter scale, or, more importantly, at big ship scale. There's no reason to be humanoid. It's just dumb. So the show calls it out, and I think it's very funny. Okay. It's always so interesting how Minmay is so very forward and touchy with Hikaru. Grabbing his arm, putting her hands around him, pulling him into the chair, arms around him, constantly doing it, and, like, it has an effect on him, and I don't think she's aware of it at all. It's interesting. Doesn't even get, I guess he gets one bite. Doesn't even get one bite down, and suddenly he's off to war. The whole reason that he was joining the military in the first place was to be able to talk to Minmay, right? And now he can't. Oh, rough. Hey, Mr. Lingerie and Obasan. So immediately we start with a really tense relationship with our main, like, you're in the what do you call that person? There's a trope for it. The guy in the ear, guy on the comms, whatever. Bad relationship with her. It's pretty interesting. And it's like a multiple strikes bad relationship. Okay, the plan is pretty cool. I really like it because it's surprising the Zentradi. They're like, what an obvious plan they're going to make. They're going to just hide from us and we'll destroy them. And that's not what they do. Humans are more ingenious than they give us credit for. When will they learn? When will they learn? I don't know. And so we announce our attack. And into our romantic sequence we go. And Hikaru just kind of doesn't know how to, like, make this happen. Does he? Because he says the right thing at the end. Once she's already gone. I could be dead tomorrow. It worked for her, didn't it? When you two were trapped alone and she was like, we're gonna die. I have something weird to, let's get married. Hey, we're gonna die. I'm gonna die tomorrow. I could die tomorrow. Date me? Like, I don't know what you hit her with, but you don't somberly, sullenly say, I guess I'm, like, going to battle or whatever, so, you know. No, she doesn't know. You gotta say it. Wow, really? Sugoi, you're gonna do great. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. You're so good at this. You'll do wonderfully. Everyone already says it about you. And the lights come on, and then she shows her little, pay attention to me. It's cute. And it's back and forth, and it's cute. But he doesn't say what he wants to say. It's also kind of so planned. Okay, so the little spin in here, yeah, I did want to see this little spin, because it's interesting the way that her hair moves. Yeah, I quite like that. It's very unique. And then I really like his little flip-pop. It's got sort of two parts to the movement. He flips his wrist out and then the hand out. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. Yeah, whoop, pop. Pa-chow. Whoop, pa-chow. Pa-chow. And it's as though I just had this idea, but of course it's not. And then we get the worst thing in the episode. Camera! I get that this is the distant past, and oh, how cool it would be to have communal technology everywhere that's at your beck and call. This terrifies me. It's a coin-operated, auto-acting, self-aligning camera with a screen on the front for some reason? I guess that you can see how you are in the... This is weird. I don't like it. It's listening to every conversation. Every conversation that happens on the ship is being overheard by that camera. It's listening to hear if you say camera. Just like, okay, Google, don't. See, I have that turned off. As far as I know. The Macross is a police state. Actually, the unified world might be a police state. We don't know. It's cute as an idea. The camera part, I'll hand wave. I don't like it. It's gross. I hate it actually quite a bit. The picture that he takes is so cute as an idea. But again, it's like not the thing that he wants to accomplish here. It's a step in the direction, but like not quite the right direction. It's like when you clean your room to avoid doing your homework, when you really need to do your homework, and you wouldn't want to clean your room. He doesn't really want the picture. It's nice to have, but what he really wants to do is the harder task, and he can't make himself do it. The harder task is to speak honestly. And it's really tough, partly because you don't know your own damn feelings. But you've had 2 months to think about it, and you should know your own damn feelings. If I'm out alone with a guy for too long, my aunt and uncle get worried, which means that she's out alone with guys other than you, which was what I took from that. I'm glad that Hikaru didn't, because that would be a crusher, right? That is what it means. I'm dating other people. My aunt and uncle get worried, and so, bye! Have a nice day tomorrow. Enjoy your war. I'm gonna go. Bye. So he's got a permanent recollection of this moment. And he frames it and puts it on his desk because he cares about her that much. Rough. Rough, slow burn. I like the slow burn romance. I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. I don't like the barrier system. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of silly. No sleep. Bad dreams. Again, reminiscent of Area 88. And I really like how Fokker is watching over him throughout all of this intro sequence. I really like this moment where everything feels like it's moving and we feel like we've really got industry going on here. And then the moment right here when the planes actually lift out and unfold. Yeah, this one feels really good. Really good, really solidly designed, really interestingly put together. And away we go. And it's immediately at each other's throats with Hayase. Not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Goofing off. Stop it. Keep it together. And then we enter the dark zone. And we really sell it. We really sell it. It's so cool. This is so cool. It's terrifying. Deep. Permanent. Lasting darkness. Only your instruments to rely on. Only the little glow of your instruments. Okay. And let's go. Boom! And we attack. And it's from this point on in the episode, it's just a rush. These last 6 minutes are just a rush through. Ha! They'll attack us. They don't understand tactics at all. Same energy as the British in the Revolutionary War being like, how dare they? They don't understand tactics at all. They're hiding in the trees and shooting us from hiding. You have to line up in a row and all shoot together. Duh. We know how this works. They don't understand tactics at all. Oh god, why are we losing so many men? Oh god, why do our battles keep going in the wrong direction? Maybe it has something to do with the tactics. Right. Same energy. And we fire the main gun, and it doesn't fire. Okay, the little bubbles are kind of cool. The ladies having to full spin them all over, kind of dumb. Kind of cool. I don't know. I'm torn. It just makes me think of old trackballs and, like, whipping those around. It just doesn't... Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I hope we can come up with something more interesting. Wait, that's stupid. This is the most interesting way to protect the ship. There's stakes and tension to it in every way. It's just weird. It's just weird and goofy, and I don't know how to feel about it. I could get used to it, and I'm not going to complain anymore about it. Fine. What are we going to do? I have an idea, and we've got so much trust in Hayase. Captain Global gives it to her immediately, right? Immediately. Now, he's out of options, but immediately. That's great. Here's our glorious Itano sequence. It's fucking glorious. We already looked at it. And then suddenly into the hatch you go. And you're face to face with a Zentradi, a big boy. And he's a real person with real feelings. Who are you? Fuck, he looks exactly like a particular real person. Actor who looks like a frog. Yeah, I'm gonna find him. I keep finding Gerard Depardieu, and that's not him. That's not who I'm thinking of. Oh, well, it's a needle in a haystack. I'm never gonna find it. Who do you think this guy looks like? Because he looks like somebody, and once we find it, it's gonna be very obvious. He's a character in something, or an actor in something. There's a real human being who he looks like, for sure. It's the width of the lips, like wide mouth, the little eyes, rigid, blocky features in the nose and face, big, distinctive, like, frown line sort of things, jowly, double chin. And then the flop of dark hair on top is what really sells it. like almost a toupee, not quite right. Character actor or comedic character, something like that. Anyway, he looks so familiar. And we turn, blast them! We turn to a very ready Hayase, who gives the order. And gives it a cool name, too! Daedalus, attack! And as they say, I could really become your fan. This is all Itano stuff, isn't it? Good God. Armored in light and energetic power, we just tear through like layer after layer after layer of the ship. They really get the scale of this thing down. What is that? And it opens up, and it's all the guns we've got, buddy. Here, have some explosions. This is so cool. And again, the explosions and missiles going past them is so cool. I really like these shots and sequences. I like them in every OVA on Overdrive where we get them. There are a lot of cities that explode, and you watch hallways explode down the hall. There are sequences in the last season of Symphogear when they're underground. They're missiles down the hallways and stuff. I love them. I love them. And it wipes out our need to deal with this circumstance. What? Blah! And a good thing, too. What an insane thing to come out and see. The whole ship just falling apart as it's been punched to death by your giant mecha, and it slowly pulls out. Pull out game strong. Wow, we did it. And I love, again, it's one of my favorite things here. Captain Global sitting there is like, yeah, okay. This dude's gonna have a heart attack. He's not that old, and he's gonna have a heart attack. And then it's into a bit of narrative recap. They were defeated, but Hikaru couldn't get that image out of his mind. And every time, now that he's able to pull the trigger on planes, he's feeling like he's losing a bit each time. That's just right. That's a core struggle, right? Trying to live up to Minmay, trying to get her to notice you in a legitimate way, trying to live up to the expectations of the others around you, trying to protect your home and your people, trying not to be belittled, and also trying to maintain some shred of humanity, some shred of self, of connection to emotion. That's a struggle. And I think that's where we're going with it, is because those two things are at odds with each other. Becoming a soldier is losing your emotional center. Lin Minmay is a walking emotional center. And music, her singing, is the thing that can reawaken in the human spirit within even the most jaded of soldiers. So once we can bring that together and get these things to sort of orbit around each other, I think it'll all click. For now, the bits and pieces are individually good. They've shifted a bit, just like the transformation of the robot. The humor is so interestingly all over the place, and I really enjoy it. I really like it. And we continue to slow burn the romance in a way that makes it more difficult and more real. Macross continues to grow on me. It helps that we get some really, really, really extraordinary animation sequences in this episode. But it doesn't hurt that the emotional content works as well. And it doesn't hurt that the character interactions are really interesting. It doesn't hurt that the dynamic between our military characters is suddenly fascinating. Not much hurts the show. A lot of things help the show. Big thumbs up. And we'll wrap there. Thanks for watching this episode. See you next week for the next episode. Get it early on the Patreon if you'd like to, for as little as $1. It's down there. And I'll see you next week for episode 7, right? Yes, episode 7 of Super Dimension Fortress Macross. And will we ever be able to untransform? Questions for the ages. See you next time. Peace.